Currently, every available window in WoW Housing is interior only, which is really sad, but after playing around with some ideas, I managed to at least replicate the look of a custom-made window on the exterior. So, in this guide I'm going to show you a variety of different exterior window ideas, what decor you need and how to put them together. Hi, my name is Saluun and I make videos about World of Warcraft weekly. So, if you're into WoW, then hit that subscribe button and let's get started. The first external window I'm going to show you how to create will be this Woodvine Window. For this, you will need Elven Woodvine Trellis, rectangular Elven floor rug, carved wooden bar table, and Dalaran Sun sconce. The first three can be bought from the Founders Point or Braizer Hill decor vendors cheap. The Dalaran Sun sconce comes from Northrend Blacksmithing or the auction house. If you want to recreate this exact window with its colors, then you'll need also 4 Stormheim Grey dies and 4 Horde Red dies. First we take the Elven Woodvine Trellis and scale it down exactly to 58% and attach it to the wall. Then we take the rectangular Elven floor rug and scale it down exactly to 43% and push it behind the trellis. Then we scale the carved wooden bar table to 32% and attach it to the bottom of the trellis to hide the tassels of the rug. Now apply the colors. For the Woodvine Trellis I use the 2 Stormheim Grey dies and a Horde Red die for that little gem in the middle. And for the rug I used Horde Red dies, and for the bar table I used 2 Stormheim Greys and 1 Horde Red. Now comes our light in the darkness, the Dalaran Sun sconce. Push this behind everything and scale it to your liking. A bigger scale equals more light, but I personally prefer it smaller as it makes it look a bit more authentic in my opinion. If you ever change your mind about the sconce but you can't see it, just press advanced mode and next to the decor placement budget there is a decor placement list, which allows you to select the sconce and move it again if you lose it. So that's the Woodvine window done. You can experiment with different dies and find what works best for you. Next, the lovely Elven window. For this we'll need lovely Elven shelf, circular wooden rug, and Dalaran Sun sconce. First two can be bought from the vendors at Founders Point and Braizer Hills, Dalaran Sun sconce, crafting or auction house. Attach the Elven shelf into the wall. I kept the size on 100% and then took the circular woolen rug and pushed it into the shelf. If you keep the Elven shelf 100%, then I found 39% works best for the rug size. Then use whatever colors you'd like. Here I used 2 mahogany dies for the shelf and a Zephrys blue for the rug. Lastly, just like before, simply push the Dalaran sconce behind the rug and that's it. There is another trick you can do with the Elven shelf. If you put a Braizer of Elune behind it and scale it down to 45%. This comes from the Druid class Order Hall. You can create a bit more magical looking window. You can also just completely ditch the Elven shelf and just use the Braizer on its own. Either looks pretty neat I'd say, and this won't require the Dalaran sconce. The next idea will be similar to the lovely Elven window. This I called the Cartel Ta Window. For this we use Cartel Ta bookcase, circular wooden rug, Dalaran Sun sconce. The Cartel Ta bookcase comes from crafting or the auction house. The other two we covered earlier. This bookcase is quite large actually, so I scaled it down to 70%, pushed it into the wall, and added the circular rug behind it, which I scaled down to 45%. Then I dyed the rug Zephrys blue, pushed the sconce behind, and voila! The downside of the Cartel Ta window is that you can't customize the window frame or the bookcase itself, but the cross in the middle gives it a bit more realistic window look. Up next is a curtained window. For this we need Grand Elven wall curtain, circular wooden rug, and Dalaran sun sconce. The Grand Elven wall curtain can be purchased in both Founders Point and Razorwind Hills from the vendors. The rest we know already. This one will need quite a few micro adjustments, but we scale down the curtains to 50%, attach it to the wall, and then the rug we take down to 43%. The rug is dyed Fire Bloom Red, but the curtains are not dyed. Then, as before, you shove the sun sconce behind. While experimenting with this window, I found a frustrating bug where this circular elven floor rug would match here perfectly, but it can't be dyed even though it has the dyeable icon next to it and comes up in the filter as well. So that's disappointing. Otherwise, that's it for the curtain window. At last, I also have a Horde themed window. We'll need for this small jagged Orgrimmar trellis, rectangular elven floor rug, and Dalaran sun sconce. The small jagged Orgrimmar trellis comes from the Founders Point and Razorwind vendors, and the other two we spoke about already. I used quite a big wall here, so I left the trellis on 100% and scaled up the rug to 116%. The rug is dyed with Zephyrus blue dyes. And then the sconce is behind it all as previously. For this, I also decided to add a curtain called Leather Valance, because it felt fitting. You can also buy this from the Founders Point and Razorwind vendors. These are all dyeable, and not just the rug by the way, so feel free to dye anything on the trellis or the valance as well. Anyway, that's it for exterior window ideas. If you found this guide useful, please leave a like and check out the video on the left if you want to know how to make functional portal doors in your house. I thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!